Everyone, good night. Welcome to another Sports Frenzy podcast, another Sports Frenzy live show. I'm your host, Nirvana. With me tonight, I have Devin, not the doctor, and I have Kims. Man says that he knows it. However, we're here to talk about these Jamaica reggae boys. Well, they didn't play like any reggae boys still. They played like Kims. Man says that he knows it. I'm getting a feedback. However, we're here to talk about
Evan,
these
man.
Jamaica reggae boys. Well, they didn't play like in the Reggae Boys. They played like Kings. I'm getting a feedback from one of you guys.
Evan, man.
Devin, Reggae Boys. Well, they didn't play like in the Reggae Boys. They played like Kings. Alright, hold on a second. Feedback from one of you guys. That has been sorted out. We are ready to go again. So yeah, we're here to talk about the Jamaica Reggae Boys, and boy, it was a awful game from them overall. If you're supposed to assess both halves combined. So going by that, I'm going to start with Devin. Devin, when you look at the first half itself, what would you say about the team?
All right. Like I said, I was saying it. I made a post in your groups, right? First thing is our players are too old compared to the United States players. United States put out a team. They said it's the second youngest team in their history. Second youngest team in their history, right? And we have a nearly 40-year-old guy in Akka still playing. So look into that, right? So like on in the middle, we're not winning any ball. Aka was making a few tackles, yes, but no, nothing to talk about, nothing to write about. We can't win any ball. Like going forward, it's like our players just too slow compared to the US. US just quick, sharp. Like the defensive side, anybody just get the ball and then just run past them. Especially like Alvas Paul there, anybody run past them. McKinney was over on the right first, then him come over on the left. It's like he must say, "Oh, Paul easy for pass, man." Right? Anybody just pass him and beat them. We're just too slow. We couldn't keep up with the US. We did good enough to hold them to a 0-0 halftime draw. And I was hoping that for the rest of the game, we could have done that. But it was just wishful thinking. At some point, USA would score based on how that team was playing. There's no way we could have stopped them. But all in all, boy, it just goes back to saying, boy, I don't know. I don't know if it's team selection, but Tappa out, Tappa out.
All right, Kims, go ahead. You said you have something to say, so just go ahead.
Well, Evan, I tell you, like, you could have did your soliloquy without mentioning the 40-year-old man. Like, the man wasn't the in this game. The man wasn't the problem. All right, so this is it. And again, I don't know the preparation that these reggae boys do or whatever, but um, they're playing the United States in a basically a must result game. I'm not going to say a must win, but a must result. So you must at least get 1 point, right? And the USA blitzed them out of the blocks. Big blitz. First 10 minutes, it was relentless, right? And obviously, Jamaica should have gotten a red card in the first 26 seconds, but they got away, right? And then what Jamaica reverted to now, they go to a low block. They go to just go ahead and just defending and try and play on the counter. Zin, okay, I guess that is Jamaica football style, right? But I really can't blame Jamaica today because looking at the team today, you just see two different class teams. You look on the USA, well-oiled machine. You look at Jamaica, you look like you take up 1 and 2 man off of the road and say, yo, may I build a team, you know. May I have a team I'm want some man come play. So, you know, you look like you can play ball. So, hey, where you play? You know, all right, you know, when you go morning cup training first day, and the coach asks you, hey, what you play? And you say forward. All right, go on up a forward, go and see what you can do. What you play? Midfield. That is what it looked. That is how Jamaica looked like they were assembled. They didn't look like, they look in spurts. They look like they could do a little bit of defending, right? In spurts. But overall, my grand takeaway from the game is just that we have these Reggae boys at a very high ceiling when they have a low ceiling and a high floor, right? That is what I see with these Reggae boys. So we are asking these Reggae boys to do what they can't do, right? Now let us talk about certain individual players. I believe when Kemar Roof came on, I believe he was pretty good. I believe he was involved in the game more than a Maggie. You know, I was very disappointed in Maggie. I don't know. People say, "Oh, him play a particular position. That's why." But you know, I was very disappointed because I didn't. It's not that he didn't impose his will on the game, but I didn't see the effort. He just looked like a man just a run on the field, but I didn't see the effort. I didn't see the intent. And we can say that his coach's decision and this and that. But and then when as I made a post, I said that I look on this team and there is no one in Jamaica team. There is no one in a Jamaica team. Right, we're not talking about Leon Bailey, Mikel Antonio and them people. This current Jamaica team, there is no one, I believe, who probably could have made USA bench right now. The way they play tonight, not even USA bench, I believe them could have made. It was an atrocious performance, and I don't know, they're gonna probably take some moral victories from it. I hear people say, oh, Tappa still in because you know, on the Tappa fault. If you're on the Tappa fault, then I'm my fault. Blame me. Clearly I'm my fault then. Because again, what we have talked about with this coach is that he's not a leader of men. When the boys are playing on the field, okay, USA, you see say USA changed it up come halftime. One thing I loved about USA is that even the coach's interview, the man never really talk about no red card. And you know, some coaches with a lament and that. Even not talk about red card, them say, well, guess what? We have to put on the finishing touches. Between the first half and the second half, and you guys can tell me, because probably I'm blind, I have not seen no tactical change from the coach. I have not seen a tactical shape from the coach and could have said, well, at least the Reggae boys are trying to do something right now. Like, me just not see nothing. But I've seen that change from the USA, and that me talk about with the coaches from CONCACAF is that they can make a change, but our coach seem like him just have one style, and that style they're going to play the full 90. Manning's man comes, some really want to hear what him have to say as well.
Right, Mannings.
Yeah. Are you hearing me?
Clearly.
Yeah, I don't know why Dimo want to hear me. I said, listen, first thing, USA side, what we see in World Cup qualifying since 1998 is the worst performance we see from a USA side against Jamaica. From 1998, go back to even the game in Washington when them thief and give USA the equalizer with the Alexi Lalas and them Monday. This USA side that we play tonight could have been beaten.
Not by the
Wait, which team? With this team up today?
Well, let me don't talk, no man. You know,
Yeah, man, let the man finish.
Kems, you know me, I don't talk. This USA that play, I've seen Jamaica play the USA side. That the team that we had, even when Marlon came, that the USA side, those sides were better, and we look better than them. This USA side today, that Jamaica play, not play like a side we have to give Jamaica two. This USA side, with a Jamaican side, we're not good. This Jamaican side we play today is not a good team. That means if we had our best players, many of them talk about the one who couldn't make it. But if we had the coach had the wisdom for even play Kevin Lambert in the midfield, call him in and put him in there to play tonight alongside Speedy. If in the bench Alvas Powell, these are things that could have been done and the team would have performed better than it did tonight. Because this USA side have great talent, and as they build and develop, they're going to get better. But right now, tonight performance, me not see nothing from this US side to go wow about. Me I watch Canada and Mexico. Those are wow. This US side perform no give me no wow performance. The Jamaica coach now have no clue, brother. And
All
that
right,
is the problem.
So Mannings man, quick question, cause we're not really cut here, but quick question. Could it be a case where this USA team is just playing down to their competition?
Listen, this USA team was outplayed by Honduras in the first half. Watch that game. This USA team draw with El Salvador. This USA team, come on, man, look at the thing, man.
Yeah, man.
I am not saying, watch me now. I'm not saying that they don't have talent, you know. When you look at talent, I think if they had a good coach, this USA team will be the top team. And as they play more games, they are going to get better. But tonight, me not seen a war from this team. The man walk when if you run down the man from the first goal, the man stop in the center circle and point for the next player and say, you follow him. Which coaching book you see that in? When a coach talk to you, brother, and say, listen, if the man is going towards a goal, you cannot pass him off. You pass off man that is going wide. You can't pass off a man where I go center to a next man, brother.
Agreed.
That's a coaching problem, brother.
Agreed.
What is Javon Watson doing on the field walking from the 48 minutes? That is a coaching decision. That is not quality, brother. That is not a quality issue. That is not a Demo, right now. That's I never want to see Demo, because I see how Demo comment them, they'll get mad in a brother.
Yo, mine is in a minute.
Hey, what is Alva's all the composure.
No, watch it. How Alva's Powell keep playing over Javian Brown. Like, these are questions, brother. This is not a quality issue. This is a coach issue, brother. You have Andre Gray, right? You have Andre Gray on your bench, and you want a goal, and you put on Junior Fleming.
I was surprised at that.
That is not a quality issue, brother. You take off Jamal Lowe and keep on Bobby Reed. And a quality issue that.
That's crazy.
Brother, I'm telling you from before that there's no way McGee can play against this US midfield from beginning of the game because they run so fast. But bring him on when their legs are tired so he can work his magic. These are coaching decisions, brother. And that was the difference tonight. One team had a coach and one team had a manager.
But Mannings, man. All right. So Mannings, man, I hear what you're saying, you know, what you're saying about the USA team, and this is probably the worst USA team since from 98 I watch. You never say a USA team worse. But can the same be said?
Clarify that, not in terms of the talent of the players, you know.
Yes.
Because
in terms of
how they play tonight.
Yeah, man. If you go from even the Gold Cup, listen, in the Gold Cup, you know, it's one love that beat us, you know, and but they just don't look like they are being coached properly with the talent they have. Because I believe they are the most talented side in CONCACAF right now. But they don't play that way.
True.
So continue.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this Jamaica team, and I mean, they can correct me if I'm wrong. From the qualifier start, probably barring, I'm not even going to count the Panama game, because the Panama game was crazy. But from the qualifier start till now, I would say probably this is one of the more anemic performances of the team. So just like what you say, USA, and you can put it down to coaching, you know, but like what you say, USA never play how they're supposed to play, or they never play to the talent level that they had. I believe Jamaica played even worse. So USA never really need to play as good in order to drop the 2-love, because Jamaica was basically at the bottom of the barrel. That's just what me see. Because like I watch the Mexico game, right? I watch the Costa Rica game. As I say, the Panama game, I will X that one out because the changes are not that crazy. But out of those 3 games, like this is probably the worst game when me could have say, may I see Jamaica play, like it was like a struggle for watch for me, personally, as a Jamaican, from a Jamaican standpoint. So I get what you're saying about USA, and you know, you can agree, disagree, whatever the case is. But from a Jamaican standpoint, I never see nothing where I could have said, probably if the changes were made, then who knows? The changes could have made, and then you could have still come, and you'd have still cuss, and you could have still say, well, probably that person they should have played, that person they should have played, you know. But the players who were on the field, you know, and I see you mentioned Speedy. You think Speedy played well today?
Let me tell you this. In the first 45 minutes of the game, USA had no shot on target.
Okay.
All right? In the first 45 minutes of the game, it ended nil-nil.
Okay.
USA created no clear-cut opportunities to score in the first half of the game. I think one ball that they squared across and the player slid. But I think Jamal Lowe had a shot that the keeper had to parry. Right. So we had the only shot on target.
Okay.
All right. So I give the coach credit. Coach, you get credit. USA level drop. USA made adjustments, like I told Levon. In the first 10 minutes, USA they were pressing us. You can't press for the full game. So they stopped pressing. When they stopped pressing, Jamaica came into the game. And what happened? Maggie started picking up the ball. He kicked a shot from around 20 of the yards. It went over the top. You know what happened after that? USA put McKinney and Magee closer. And from that point, USA, everything shifted again.
Yep.
When we coach them now.
That is exactly what I
say, so you just saw Magee and you put that person on him. What space is McKinney coming out of to pick up Magee? Who am I going to put in there? Because the USA team or the coach made an adjustment. Why we not make another adjustment?
I'm not done that.
You know that vision.
I know, yeah, man.
All right, so we have a call online. Fabi Frano, go ahead, boss.
Yeah, man. Big up to the panelists, man. Blessings again. Tell Mannings, man, please don't run up your pressure. You know, worth it. Don't run up your pressure, youth. But watching the game, I watched up until about 80 minutes because I don't think the last 10 minutes was worth it. But from they keep saying the US team is not good. Please give them some props, please, because they have done well to exploit the spaces that Jamaica gave. The coach has done really well to actually recognize the areas in which they need to exploit, like our right side and left side. They have done well. All right, they continuously give Lawrence problem. He's been out of position quite often. Powell has been the same. Or left and right side gave out on us. All right, because I've been saying this, and I said it on a show before, that the only way Jamaica stop give up goals unless they can stop the crosses from getting in the box. And they haven't done that in probably the last 6 games. Most of the goals that scored on Jamaica came from crosses, whether left or right. All right, and until they get that part started out, we will continue to concede goals. All right, but
all right, question to you though, Frano.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so the question to you is, we look at this team, and Mannings and I have been advocating for a 3 at the back. All right, so it seems like the connection is kind of going. Still there, Frano? All right, Frano, just listen out.
Sorry.
All right, so my question to you is, Mannings and I have been advocating for a 3 at the back system, right? So if a 3 at the back system was implemented, I think that could have surmounted for whatever crosses that were put into the box.
We have never done that before in Levan. And bear in mind, we already complain about not getting time with the team, with the coach.
Mm-hmm.
So would you get to do that? You don't have the time. He's going with what he knows, of playing 4 in the back. Mm-hmm. But then you have to help the left and the right back. Like, you need, motor guys in who are going to run to cover the space. We're going to help all the right and the left back. We don't have that.
True.
You get me? I think Luan and those guys doing his best to get back to help. You get what I mean? I don't think Bobby Reid has done enough on the right side to help out Alvas. He has not done enough to help out on that side. But really and truly, when you cannot have Luan and people chasing all the way back to our goal line, helping out Lawrence, and yet still expect him to run for.
Mm-hmm.
It will not happen. You need proper midfielders who are going to have the engine to get about on the field and help out those guys. And so far, Jamaica don't have that.
True.
But until those things get done, We will forever have these arguments and forever running up for pressure, and it's not worth it. Believe you me, the US have done really well in exploiting the spaces. When you find people like Watson and them guys playing so close to our backline, we have problems with because he's not stepping out. At least, I mean, the rule is always to have 10 meters between the lines, and we didn't have that. Yeah, because Watson and them guys was way too close on the back line, and it leaves a lot of gap in the middle. All right, because when you have Speedy trying to close on Watson so far, there is no chemistry between the two to actually work out in the middle. All right, and first of all, what's his name? Tyrese Magee, he's a liability on defense. Don't look for it.
True.
Please don't. On the ball, fine, because he controls the tempo of the game in the first half. When he receives, he tries to look for the pass, slow the tempo a little bit because it goes going really fast. But on defense, don't look for that guy to run on anybody and chase anybody. He's not going to give you that.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, man, those are my 2 cents, man.
All right, big up, man. Big up for the call, boss.
All
right. So, guys, you have heard what Frana said. Anything to take away from it? Mannings, man, first off, the man say you need to stop running up your blood pressure because not going nowhere. But he did make some great points. And Kim, this is something that we spoke about before that. You see, in order for Jamaica to do well, there has to be some amount of engine in that midfield, and that's where we're lacking. As I said, Devon Williams, mind you, he's not a bad player. However, he's a player that is going to play in between. He's not bad and he's not good. So that's the issue. So when you add up all those things, that's where the issue lies.
Let me ask you this, Levon. When has Devon Williams looked the best to you? Who played beside him?
When he's beside, what's his name?
Anthony Grant. Anthony Grant. What did Grant do in those games? Lot of what? Tackling, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that is the problem. If you put him beside a man who can't win the ball, he's going to be working to win the ball. So his ability, which is taking the ball and knocking it around, he's not going to do that. He generally looks bad when he plays with persons who don't tackle and win the ball because he's not a ball winner. I keep telling people that. Javon Watson. And listen, Demo, brethren, I am glad that he came out of retirement and get at some time. Wonderful.
But all right, so we have another call online.
Take the call.
Anthony Johnson, go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
Good night, man. Well done.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How is everything?
Jamaica losing us, so from a Jamaican perspective, no good.
Well, I put up a post on Facebook, when I check back the stats and everything, Jamaica really don't have much of a chance. Preparation leading up to the World Cup was poor. All right. Listen to me, the last good Confa Cup side we beat was in 2019, 1-0, Panama. From that, we played 20 matches. We played 20 matches, right? We win 9, draw 3, lose 8. The most formidable side we beat in the line, the Saudi Arabia 2-1. Right? We beat Antigua Barbuda 2 times. We beat Suriname. We beat Guadeloupe and all these sides. Them like a no-name side.
It's a bug side.
All right. Listen to me. I say no. Farm can't rang enough. I'm going to make sure put up the post. You can read it. After that, my brethren, we played the 8th side we play. 8 qualities. The 8 matches we lose. You know we lose though? Honduras, Mexico, Costa Rica, Mexico, United States. I'll know we not, and Panama. You understand? I'll know we not be the farm level Confa Cup side, leading to this to this World Cup qualifier, So that's what I'm telling yourself.
So it's a case of Jamaican fans who are really expecting too much of a team that hasn't beaten anybody of significance.
Thank you very much. The side not good. The side not good. And you want me know, you're in boy long back to now. Everybody has said, yeah, what happened 98, we have back in the 90, we're going back in time. Yeah, we lose the 98 and thing. But them youth there 98 they have more heart than them youth there. You get to me, I try to show you. The side, all right, we're going to be honest here still. But I think we have on paper, we have the team, you know. But here what you know, with a lot of injury set you back 100%. I you see that too. The injury, the coach done good. You get to there, try to show you.
Yeah.
And trust me, we're all over the place right about now. It's not hard for qualified, man.
Yes.
Hard? What do you mean hard?
If we wake up and smell the coffee, we expect too much from outside. We're not good. We're not quality.
All right, so Anthony, hold on a second, Anthony. Kims is trying to say something to you. Go ahead, Kims.
Anthony, I think you're using the wrong. I think you're using the wrong word. You say it's a go hard for qualify. We're not qualify, boss. Like I hate this. We're not qualify, boss, man. Hey, when Anthony finished me talk though, but we're not qualify.
All right, so Anthony, you still there?
Yeah, break up. Yeah, man, I'm still here, but I'm not really hearing much.
Yeah, man, I can repeat what Kim said, man. Kim saying that you quoted yourself wrong. You said that you shouldn't have said it's hard. You should have said would not actually qualify for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah. No, I'm just going to make my little 2 cents, you know, because I kind of feel disappointed still. And they're hard to beat Canada at home to know man to receive. You get me out there, show you?
Yeah.
The big.
It's not a good look still. But I hope Paul will take over the side. Yes, a little birdie pinch me until still, you know? So I look like Paul might, you know, something I know.
So you honestly believe that Paul can do a better job?
Anybody? Yeah, I feel so.
Okay.
I feel so.
Okay.
Because you know, I think them take Tappa too far. To my homie, so the thing go. Tappa, them should have moved Tappa a long time.
True.
Them should have moved Tappa a long time. Tappa can't. No, look here, Reggie. When you look on the stats now, you know the numbers can't run, you know. And no, we're not beating a good Camper Cup side the last 2019, you know, brother. Panama 1-0 from the back, Guadalupe, Suriname, and thing. No, we know. We draw 3, must draw 1 against. Who draw against?
Hey.
Look at one of them. We draw 3. We draw 3.
Yeah.
Everyone, tell Anthony Grant. Tell Anthony Johnson say we have a special youth. We have a special youth we name Demo, right? Them same teams there. When I talk about we beat Guadeloupe, Antigua and them team there, during that time, the special youth there say Jamaica was on top form and World Cup qualifiers can't miss with sure qualify for World Cup, at least third in the group. Make sure you make Anthony Johnson know them thing there. They will have a special youth when they Demo. But when they don't make Steve get in a chat, they may
Yeah, man, I will, man. So Anthony, you heard what Kim just said?
Hello?
You heard what Kim just said?
No, I'm kind of break up a little.
All right, so Kim said that you have a special youth named Demo that hyped up Jamaica when they were beating those bug teams, saying that Jamaica are in form and they expect them to finish at least third and all of that. So
yes, right?
Yeah. And sure qualify and all of those things. So how do you respond to something like that?
Well, basically, I'm a point there now. Because what happened to that guy? Or them not using back the team.
Which one?
They said one with them are hype up.
No, I'm not going to answer, man.
I'm not
understand what I say.
No, man. I'm saying there's a special youth named Demo. He is one of the poster. He has been one of those that has been hyping up the Jamaican team that they are on top form and all of that.
Okay, Demo. Okay, yeah. Oh, yes.
Man, Tappa depend on that, man.
But that's what I say. If you look at the farm line at Jamaica, and we go farm 4 coming into this World Cup qualifier. Because remember, you know, when we was qualifying for 98 World Cup, you know, we play some good side, you know. We play Brazil, we play this side, we get some side, we play some good side leading up, you know, to the World Cup, you know. You understand? And here our setback to. Boy, I tell you. Yesterday, the division where Fleming play, you know. A couple like it's a burial ground, you know, for quality player, you know. Fleming, well, I don't know, man, people them have to try and move him from the still, you know.
Flemings will stay in that league, not going anywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, mean, trust me, the quality of football and that is still, to me, in my estimation, still.
Yeah, man, USL a bug league, man.
Yeah, man. When we need high quality ballers still, believe you me.
And a proper coach.
And that's one of our downfalls. Let me score 4 goals, let's have a step why, I don't know.
I have a man, and guess what, Anthony Johnson? You have a man like Kaim Paris over there in Slovenia banging in 7 in 11. And you leave all that man.
Sure. You saw me, I tell you?
Sure thing,
You saw me,
man.
I tell you? You saw me, I tell you, though.
Yeah, man.
But the thing about it, I wonder if I tie them tie Tappa and still, You understand what I say? Because remember, Tappa now come and say them time, man, because remember, I work for them, man. Probably when them fire him and leave him, I'm going to tell you the truth.
All the time will tell.
When them fire him and him dip on him, I say, you know, say them they really time and to them to do this and do that and all them things. Because of the years of the boss pick the tight team, the team where we get 3 love, And the Tappa, the boss come and shoot himself in his foot on national TV and then change him out, The man said, why would we go for those foreign players and don't use them when they come here? And that makes sense to me. You get to me, I say?
Yeah.
So the Tappa never like to enthuse to bring them in and all them things like that still. Based on what me I hear, but the man for those work with when get out with the boss say. Tappa say, oh, them can't him now get him check sign.
All right, Anthony, we have to make a run though, because I want to get in some others. So big up yourself. Yeah, man, continue supporting the show.
Yeah, what may I say? The caller still, we have to make sense of the thing. First, you're saying that it is the JFF that said the players needed to play the boss. But then, so Tappa didn't want them to play.
That's essentially what he's getting at.
Why wouldn't Tappa want Mikel Antonio to play?
I don't think he's referring to one person.
All right. Hold on.
The overall team.
Hold on. Why wouldn't Tappa want Ethan Pinnock to play in defense? Or Liam Moore? So let's look at the players.
Remember, hold on. Pause for a second. We made 8 changes. I think he's alluding to the fact that we shouldn't have made so much changes. Maybe we could have made 4 or 5.
Rocket science that.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think he's speaking to individuals as much as he's speaking to making a wholesale group of 8 changes.
So look at the 8 people that play. All right, so let's go through it. Liam Moore played in the Gold Cup. He didn't go to Mexico. All right. Damian Lowe was injured. So he couldn't play. All right. Anthony Grant, who played in Mexico, was old. They said that they wanted to rest him. This is what the coach said, Romario Williams, who started, never do nothing, so him never start. Because him just never did good.
I could just skip all of that and talk about the fact that Ravel Morrison played as a DM, and Ravel is not a DM.
So fine. So make we talk about now what he did with the 8 people. And how he set them up. That we need to talk about. Like, even if you get 8 people, at least, my God, man, set them up properly.
True.
At least set them up properly.
Or start 5 and put on 3.
Yeah. I'm saying that they said they have to play. Did they say they have to start?
Never said that. Well, Stephen, I want to get to you now, Stephen, because this is something that Manningsman and I have discussed on multiple occasions. Jamaica had the opportunity to call up 27 players. They're short in midfield and they're also short at left back. Kevin Stewart is one such player that Manningsman can tell you that his birdie told him that this man said that he's ready to play for the team. You have another player, Jordan Cousins. That man was ready to play for the team, right? You have and even Casey Palmer that came and they never called him back either. That man has been playing as well. So you're short in midfield. You paid for plane ticket for some other guys, and it turned out that these guys can't come. Why is it that they never call in these players, or even for argument's sake, call up what's his name? Kevin Lambert, who's basically right there in the US.
I'd like to say that one statement that we're paying for since now. You can't, you see, to qualify for a World Cup, it takes proper planning, proper execution from the administrative side of things. And to have 17 delegates going with the JFF and Tappa saying that he wanted 27 players because he knew things like this would happen. It's COVID. travel restrictions, a lot of things can happen. And you go with 17 delegates. 17, you know. And the squad is short. I mean, and when you listen to Mr. Winter, Mr. Ricketts, it's all about their ego first and then the football second. And now we're paying for our sins. I don't know if it's on Tappa's side or on JFF side, but why weren't we trying to get these players earlier? You think, as we always say, yes, we can blame Tappa tactically, but if you put 11 players on a field to play at a high level, it's going to take time to gel. We have seen the great coaches Jurgen Klopp, Zidane, Pep. Look at Pep at the first 3 seasons at City. He had to take a time to gel and then build a dynasty. You don't just throw players and it's not Sunday morning scrimmage. And so now we're paying for our sins. You can see that the forward line was out of sync tonight. You can see that there were some basic defensive errors that were made. If you have understanding, look at the goal that was scored, Levon. When Damian Lowe missed the header, remember as a defender, you have to mark either the line of the ball that you think is going to come to, or you have to mark the man. Adverse Boyle was standing behind the 2 forwards. He wasn't marking either the ball or the man. So things like these, you have a crop of players playing together. You know, I saw it against Suriname and Guadeloupe. I was fretting every time they came forward, you know, those the Cabramble teams. I was fretting. And so, all in all, I think that we're paying for our sins and the JFF needs to go. But I know that won't happen. 17 delegation people and your squad is short. And then you see the errors out there and we don't even have much options on the bench. We're going to put in Topi, was playing wasn't playing for a while, not fit. Those American boys would run for 180 minutes. I think now we're paying for our sins. And I don't think Mr. Ricketts or Mr. Wynn care. I don't think so. Go on, Kems.
Go ahead, Kems.
Steve, let me ask you a question, Steve, because a lot of persons are, you know, blaming the coach, and rightfully so. But when you look at this Jamaica team, Stephen, can you objectively just say this team is just not a World Cup team? Like, these players are not World Cup. These players are not players who go World Cup. This is just not a World Cup team. We're just not good enough. We need to rebuild real structure and come back again next World Cup campaign. Can you say?
No, I would not say that. If I have Mikel Antonio,
I would.
if I have Mikel Antonio, Kemar Roof, and Jamal Lowe and Shamar Nicholson in a team for a year or a year and a half.
We don't have them for that time. We have them for 2 months, if so much. That's the problem.
But that's what I was saying. But I'm saying, in an ideal world, these players should have been in before. You just have a cutoff point. Who you have. So I'm saying, in an ideal world,
Jamaica operates in a JFF world. JFF is Jamaica in a nutshell. Incompetence. We don't do the right things the right way. You realize with that, look here. If you want Jamaica, it's just a Jamaican thing.
I agree.
In any aspect of Jamaica, there is always incompetence.
But Ryan, I thought he was talking about an ideal world.
JFF is a part of, it's just a part of the world. It's a microcosm of Jamaica. They are going to make the decisions are so easy to make. Get the players early and have them inducted in the team for a year or so. I mean, it is very obvious to do, right? But JFF don't do that. They do it on the eve of qualifiers and during qualifiers.
But Ryan,
that is how they operate.
Ryan, I just want to say something. But I'm agreeing with you. That's the point I'm making. But I'm saying to Kems, this team on paper, in a nutshell, this team on paper, playing together for a year, would get better results. This current team, Leon Bailey,
but Kem's question is stemming from now, what we have now. I assume.
Oh no.
Yeah, so based on that, you know, I don't see this team as a World Cup team based on the fact that you just bring in players, regardless of their name and who them play for. I mean, look on Roof, go out there and Roof touch the ball 5 times.
Right, so Levon,
And
that's
Roof
what,
score over the weekend.
right.
Guy Devin.
So no, that's not earlier when Manning's man was having the high blood pressure, right? And I wanted to say, like, all right, even though he was saying US, this is the worst you have seen USA play in a long while, and he was alluding to the other people on the bench and whatever. I don't think if you had make it vice versa, saying those people we wanted to start, they'd start and other people come off, I don't think the result would have been much different. Even though it may be true what management was saying that they play that badly for the last how long that USA team, but I don't think we are the personnel there right now. And regardless of tactical changes, which I'm not in support of this coach, I don't think the result would have been different. We would still have been beaten by this USA team. It's just as simple as that.
I agree with that. The best result we could have hoped for was a draw, and I'm not talking a scoreless draw. That's the best result we could have hoped for today.
Okay.
But I agree. We're open to say, all right, if we could get an administration, we try to get the players, we try to have a coach that we really want, what we think is tactical enough, and have that admin who can get the players from early, overseas and locally, and let them work and play together. But somebody
right now, if you tell JFF right now to build for 20, if JFF come out a man and say, all right, we're going to build for 2026, JFF is going to wait on 2026 to start to build. That is how they operate.
Yep.
So you don't think there's nobody within Jamaica who can challenge the current JFF that could have that vision to start build from early? You don't think anybody?
No, because Jamaica is just incompetence right across.
Come on, I fear your waist right now, brother.
So just forget about it.
No.
Somebody else going to come in with promises and them just going to be as incompetent as the last.
I'm going to tell you the truth. We have to put a man like Manning's man in the JFF, Levon in the JFF. Them kind of people that will love the football, who vision the football, but them current man in the JFF will just fat up them pocket and thing. Like we just not see it.
No, they're not the vision.
So, we have a call online. Karimba, good night. Welcome to the show. Go ahead, boss.
Good night, man. God bless you. We've identified lots of problems. Whole lot of problems. JFF technically is body and own. It's not a democratic for the person. What can we don't have selection as this or
Speak up a bit. We're not hearing it clearly.
What solution can we as fans do to actually help steer this program back on track? And I'm not talking about the long term, 20-year plan, the grassroots and in terms of this campaign, because we have the quality squad, as somebody else said, this year's squad it's not a Mexico squad that has their campus and then people there. This year's squad is a really squad that is 10 years. It's a baby squad. Yeah. So, more demand than think about that in terms of what we can do for so that in terms of not coming every week, every day to think about them and all them on the program washed up to tell some players people that with the apparent agenda not to qualify. And we're not put blood pressure and cut like we're Arsenal fans. So the boy the watch a match now like 10 minutes up versus a man getting team and it's in the playing ball. Because again, I realize the thing amongst quote unquote football fans locally and sports fans. Yes, money come on the competition that you but I don't know which portion. But somebody said I think even what I said at 17, 18 when I'm on a start money come. I grew up and the best player and I'm breaking the first team from the club. Yeah, and then man I hype up some man like Maggie was a great footballer at the money to bank. But it's like the man that thinks Maggie was ship out USA teams and ship ball over and create 10. The man is clearly it's enough of the team. Then realize that he's up under credit. Jamaica under credit now leads to the side.
True.
So when you see local bad, they don't come to the international team. But then they can make a jump and transition. If the senior football is not playing a big club and then but all of them still play bush league are not playing at some small league because that's more better bush league. Yeah. Some of them fans they need to get into the head and I'm sure some of them GFF politics are then about listen to them. Well, I consider a jersey what they have to pay and the GFF is some fun before.
Yes, I change your mind.
Yeah, they can see some money they can do that for United jersey and support the local club and the community.
No man, just send a crossover to Sports Frenzy and support Sports Frenzy movement.
Release a jersey, yeah? Come to a little bit merch.
Yeah, man.
So that's why I'm going to say, keep more something like now the next coming at them out and I can't feel some regiment and why.
Alright, so continue watching. I'll just bring across the question to the analyst, okay? Thanks for the call. Alright, so Mannings man, I'm going to put you on stand for that one because the man does tell the club now saying don't want the Jamaica populace to become like what Arsenal fans are. So he's saying that since as we have become accustomed to what Jamaica football is now, what we as fans can do to change it, because obviously people at the top doesn't care about it. So what would be your solution being a fan of Jamaican football?
All right, so let me say this, right? I can be critical, but let's be real. I honestly don't believe people volunteer their time or give their time to football in Jamaica because they make up their mind that we're going to do everything in our power to make it fail. Like because some of them give up companies and jobs and their families. I don't think they do that and say, you know what? I want to be the president, I want to be the coach because I want to ensure that football is destroyed in Jamaica. So I'm going to believe that they enter with good intentions, but they don't know how to carry out those intentions. All right? For too long, we have been like this.
Politics then.
In a society, yeah, where we believe that the only way we can get the credit is if in other words, we want the credit, so we want to do it. So we fail to ask for help. There are enough brilliant minds in Jamaica since Tappa has had the team and the federation has been in place that they would have volunteered information and support to make the football better. And until that changes, we're going to keep having people in there who think we don't need nobody around me because I know how to do it. Because Jamaica have this thing like, me are the boss. No, and we need to prove to Uno, say, me can do this, me can do this, me can do this.
Management, it sounds as if you are referring to Tappa and his hesitance to increase his coaching staff when he clearly needs the assistance to move the team forward because his coaching staff, I hear that his coaching staff is very lacking and he's not keen on bringing in the right people to do the right jobs, the job that is needed.
He doesn't. I don't think, based on his personality to me, and I think I feel the same way sometimes about the federation. They want nobody who knows more than them or is considered.
Look here, if any successful business person, them always have people around them who know more than them.
But that is the point.
That is how you improve.
But that is the point I'm making. When you have your ego in a situation, you're not going to want people around you who are better than you. And that has been the problem. You don't think there are enough intelligent young people who could have been helping with the marketing in the JFF? Setting up a proper YouTube platform, just some very simple basic things. Why haven't those things done? Because here's what. Who do you think you are? I have the title. So if I don't want to do it, it can't be done because you know what? I don't want you to do it and then you get the credit. And that kind of crab in a barrel mental. Same thing with the footballers. Why there's division in the team? Because a man feel like, man, bother England go like them better than we. Nobody don't tell them that, you know. You ever hear the story about some people who went to spy out a land? And you hear the people them say, in their eyes, you hear the people them say no, in their eyes, we are like grasshoppers. How you know what in people's mind? How you know that the people them think them better than you when them come in? You don't want them because them think them a bigger baller than we. Who them think them be? You don't know what them thinking.
Right.
And we create problems that don't even exist. And then that cause problems.
All right, so I'm going to read something and then I want Ryan to respond and then I'm going to get Devin afterwards. So in 2018, Tappa resigned, right? So in 2018, Coach Tappa gave the JFF 1 month to increase his salary. Since then, Demo is one of them that gets head, shoulders, and heels over Jamaica reaching 48 in the world in terms of rankings and all of that. But remember that he went as far as JFF had to seek Babs Grange to come in, the Minister of Sports, then to get a level playing ground, right? Now, I listened to an interview the other day with Tappa. And it was said that Tappa doesn't speak with the English-based players. Paul Hall is the one responsible for that. Now, if Tappa is the head coach of the team, right? How is it that you are the head and yet you don't speak to the English players? Does that make any sense? Ryan, go ahead.
I don't understand how that would make sense. I do understand, however, though, that the second coach tends to be the one that does most of the speaking to players right across the board. But to not speak to the players at all, if that is what you're saying happens, does not make any sense, because you have to communicate your ideas to the players, and all players should be under one umbrella once they're in a squad. So if what you're saying is true, then I can't see how that would make any degree of sense.
Okay. Devin, what's your say on it?
Well, if that is true, that is ridiculous. That is true. That is ridiculous. That can't go, sir. Right? Like, all right. The coach, he has to speak to all the players. But I'm going to use, well, you also call it football or NFL. I'm going to use an NFL situation, right? That will work, and that does not. That will work because, when the defense, you have a defensive coordinator that deals with the defensive side. So, with NFL and the defense come on, the quarterback and that and the rest of those team on the offensive side, they are not on the field at all, because they're just trying to defend against the other team. So you can understand now if you say, okay, that man is defensive coordinator, so he will only speak to the defensive. You get what I'm saying? But with football, everybody is on the team together. Is a unified thing. Everybody work as one. All 11 players are on the team, are on the field at once. So you can't have a situation where he's only talking to a set of players and not talking to another set of players. That don't work. And even though, like when you have the offensive coordinators in football and all that, they still communicate with everybody. Everybody communicate. So if that was a situation, then you could understand. But then it's not justifiable at all for this kind of situation. Not at all.
Mannings, man, you have been follow up on this story from earlier on. These guys saying that they don't really fathom it in terms of if it makes any sense or anything like that. Wasn't it factual that it happened?
Yes, it was actually, he actually says that Paul Hall speak to them. Kind of funny because he's a team manager.
Hold on, let me ask a question. Is that because of the fact that the last window, the English players were under Paul Hall's jurisdiction, and he made an assumption to think that that is the way right across the board going forward? I mean, because sometimes people misrepresent situations.
No, I think
is it that?
Listen, so if there's a training session, obviously he's going to communicate with them. But say, for example, Ethan Pinnock, let's use Ethan Pinnock has an injury. Who should have a conversation with him? Is it Paul Hall or Whitmore should say, hey, I know you're going to miss this game. Hope you get well soon. And you can make the next set of games. How serious is the injury? Who should have that kind of conversation? I think what he's saying is that kind of conversation, that's not my job. That is Paul Hall's job. My conversation is when training starts and I talk to a man. Mm-hmm. I get the feeling that is what he meant. That when I talk to them when I'm doing my training ground, outside of that, I don't need to talk to nobody. Somebody else deal with that. That is not my job. When a man come training, me run my training and me tell him what we want him to do, I put him out on the field. But if a man injured, me not really call no man and check on them. Paul Hall, you deal with that.
All right, Stephen. Now, you're seeing the dilemma that they have found themselves in. Saw an article in the Glean earlier on that he needs 5 points or else it will be curtains for him. There wasn't much substance behind it. However, Lena wouldn't necessarily release their sources. I know that thing they're going on media world already. Once a man get a source and pay their little birdie, can't let go the source. So with that being said, they think that it's job over for him, or you think that he can salvage a situation from these two remaining games against Canada and Honduras?
You know, that's a very hard question to answer. Because when you have people like, I'm going to say it again, it's not coaching where Alvas Powell is standing behind the two centre forwards in the 6-yard box unmarked. That's not coaching.
He's
That's a
coaching while
lack
he's on the
of
field, though.
but I mean, but Tappa
He
supposed to go
should.
there and tell him,
No,
But
Steve is correct. Steve is correct. Fundamentals, you can't coach every fundamental. You
but
can't
Tappa
coach
should
every
not
move.
put him on the field because he's
You
not the
can't
first or
coach
the
every
second or
move
the
on the
third.
field,
No,
and
I
the
know what
players are
Steven
not
is saying.
robots.
Ma-
I know
Hold
what
Mannings
on,
man,
the
Steven is
players
saying,
are
man.
the players are
Mannings
not
man,
robots. Yeah.
Mannings man, if he put me on the field, you should not be telling me with basic football sense that you either mark the trajectory where you think the ball is going to reach or you mark the man. It doesn't matter. You're going to play at the highest level. Come on. Nobody's supposed to tell you that.
Man, I agree with
So,
you, that the coach is not supposed to tell him that, But what I'm saying to you is that for the last umpteen games, Alvas Powell has played for Jamaica. He has been caught out of position, and most of the goals Jamaica concede when he plays is from his side. But
The
he
second
continues
the
to
second goal to
start.
the moved it.
He continues to start. So I'm saying that you're absolutely right. The coach shouldn't have to coach that. But man, if you're a coach, listen. Remember that they say that coaching is not on YouTube. So like me, don't really know much, because this is YouTube, so you understand me. But
I see it.
I wear glasses. I'm on YouTube, and I can see from where I am at and see that Alvas Powell at this time of his career is a liability in defense, and you have him from 2000 and must be 7 years you're working with him, and you cannot see that the man could not even get a contract in the
Who better than him?
Javian Brown right now is playing better than him.
Yep.
Way
Where?
better in the
Where?
in the
Vancouver
MLS
Whitecaps.
at Vancouver
but
Whitecaps.
again,
Way better
Mannings
than
man,
him.
hold on up, Mannings man. Again, I'm saying we're paying more things. Javian Brown then should have even started some matches in the Gold Cup. You can't throw him in the midst of a World Cup qualifying to start him at right back in the US
We could have
versus
started.
That's what I'm saying. Even when the Gold Cup, when Alvas was making mistakes, he never played Javian Brown.
All
I
right,
say
so
we're paying more
Stephen,
seats.
I'm going to stick with you on this one again. So Stephen, all right, you're already behind 2-0, right? You saw that
Yes.
everything was coming down the side of Alva Spoil. Wouldn't it be the best time for you to try and experiment something, knowing that this Javin Brown, you have him the team, and people has been calling for him? I'm sure that Tappa has got that message, right? Wouldn't it be this type of scenario that you try to experiment?
Boy, I wouldn't like it, but if he did it, I can't blame him. Um, I think the guys have enough fight to get some points from the next games. But if you have people making common schoolboy errors, I saw it against Panama as well. So if we have common schoolboy errors, I don't think we're going anywhere. And even if Jurgen Klopp comes here tomorrow, we still will have a problem because with us making basic schoolboy errors. So it's coaching
Okay,
is
though.
bad, but I think they have heart, and that's all we'll have because they're making too much schoolboy errors. So it's going to be
I will.
hard.
If I get away with taking stuff out of the fridge and without my mother punishing me, I'm not going to stop if I keep making basic schoolboy errors for not for 2 games, but for 4 years,
Yep.
and I still not even bench and come on in, and I'm still a sure pick in the team. Why would I even desire to change? Because I know regardless of how I play, I'm going to start. I don't need to really run back because I'm going to start next game. I don't need to track the player because I'm going to start. If a goal score is just so. That's that. Yeah.
All right,
Get your money, bro. Get your.
Evan, back to you now. So where do they go from here? Because they have given him a 3 games ultimatum, it is being said. Do they get rid of him right now and get someone in that could possibly salvage something from this campaign because as we speak, El Salvador are currently leading Panama by a goal to nil. Mexico and Canada are 1-1. With that in mind, what would you do right now?
If I were the coach or the JFF position,
JFF.
I'll let him last for this round because like for the October qualifiers, right? Because it's two more games for the October qualifiers, right? And just all right at home they have to win. Have to win against Canada. Go a bit difficult and try get a draw away because the 5 points which it's been rumored, to be have been giving him, they can't get that 5 points again. I don't see them getting that 5 points. So try for the win. See if you could get a win at home and try. Let him see if he could get a draw away, which is difficult, but that's the best they can hope for. And then just tell them, boss, for the game at home, you just go all out attacking. It's better you try and go for the win than to sit around and then get a tool or whatnot. Just try go for the win, play some attacking football, try get a win. Bit of vibes. I don't know. I just think the campaign is over, but that's the best bet they can do now if you want to be very optimistic. All right? Yeah, that's the best.
Okay. Ryan, any final say on Tappa? Because as far as we can see, Tappa can't coach. Not even coach to save his life right now. And he just seems out of his depth, just like my coach at my club. So where do Jamaica go from here? That's one for you, Ryan.
To be honest with you, I had doubts that we could make it, and the doubts are becoming more true by the game. I never expected anything. The best I could have hoped for tonight was a 0-0 draw, and because I never saw us scoring a goal and I never saw us beating USA, so the best I was hoping for was a 0-0 draw, and we all know a win was out of the equation for us. The best we can hope for is to try and see if we can get 4 points from the next 2 games in this window.
Yeah, so I'm saying, yeah.
See what we can do with that. I don't know what we'll do from there. I don't know if the November window, say we get the 4 points and we're on 5 points and the November window come now and maybe Bailey and Antonio can come. I don't know what we can do with that. I really don't know where we go from here as it is because I'm not confident that we can make it. I wasn't confident from the onset and because of the fact that the players were coming in late and it would have been common sense to have them the latest 6 months or even for the World Cup so you can have some degree of chemistry being built, but to try to throw in players during qualifiers never made sense to me. So it was always going to be a struggle for us as far as I was concerned. And the midfield. The first half, they did well, and then the second half is like Haka came off the field. And he had Speedy. It was like the only one trying to do something because it's like we were playing with 10 men, and that was the reason why USA could just venture through and go into the attack and get those 2 goals and get off so many shots otherwise on us because the midfield, there is no way a 40-year-old, almost 40-year-old man should be playing 90 minutes. Crazy. And you expect him to last. We was always going to get overrun.
True.
So I don't know, especially the next 2 games, I don't know where we go from here with a non-existent midfield. And Damian Lowe will be out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there goes.
There again.
Huh?
Problem there again.
Exactly. So I don't really have the confidence.
All right. Thanks, man. Another pointer. No, over the past couple World Cup qualifying campaigns, they have basically done the same thing. Right before they get into the games, they chop and change and all of that. So It's a case of you mentioned with Alva Spoil. He keep on doing the same thing over and over and over and over, making the same mistakes. So Jamaica within itself keeps on making the same mistakes of getting the players late and expect that results will be shown. No, I for one personally think that if you're going to go into an important World Cup campaign, a year is a minimum to get the core set of players that I think will be involved, whether it be English based, local based, whosoever in US or wherever they are. I believe a year at minimum should be a time frame given to those players. Not saying that you might not have a one man pop up on the scene in a way I go and good, in which you know say you can't go leave him out. However, your core is supposed to be started out from a year to 2 years before a World Cup campaign. What do you say about that?
All right, so let me give you. I believe Tappa has been using his score.
But then that's not good enough.
Alvas Powell, he has been working with a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Lowe, he has been working with. Kemar Lawrence, he has been working with. Adrian Mariappa, he has been working with. These guys have several games together. That's your core. All right? Andre Blake, he has been working with for a very long time. Shamar Nicholson, he has been working with. From Nations League, Bobby Reed has been in the team. Daniel Johnson came in long enough. All right? And Speedy Williams has been playing very long. Junior Fleming has been a part of his core. Corey Burke has been a part of his core. All of these guys are in the team. All right? And he has used them, with the exception of the Panama game. I'm going to say, all right, not Tappa fault. It is the JFF. The JFF picked the 11. The JFF forced them on the field. I'm going to give him that. But the Mexico game, he had his score. The USA game, he had his score. In fact, he went and he got even Romario Williams and Lamar Walker, Peter Lee Vassell. These are people that he has been working with for several years. All right? He's the one who keeps interchanging them. All right? When you look at the starting 11, except for the Panama game, even in the Gold Cup, how many new players were brought in? Really think about it. When we keep saying that he doesn't have a core, but really think about it. Who are the new players that were brought in? Kemar Roof came into this game. And who again?
Jamal Lowe would be a newcomer in a sense.
And Jamal Lowe. All right, go back to the Costa Rica game. And Anthony Grant. Go to the Mexico game. Really, Anthony Grant. Go into the Gold Cup. It's just Liam Moore.
Ethan Pinocchio came back. Oh, yeah.
It's just Liam Moore.
Yeah.
Liam Moore.
But Manningsman, what I'm saying is that if you look at the core that he has, it's not the case as if some of them are good enough. As you pointed out, Alvas Powell himself, that's a mistake and an accident waiting to happen.
But
so
what I'm saying is calling him do 11. What I'm saying is that he has not changed the core because he wants to work with the core. And that is the problem. We knew that Alvas Powell could not go into this campaign, having seen what happened the last one. Because remember, Tappa got 6 games, and he had 2 points, and he resigned the last time. He's at 4 now with 1. So are we going to give him 6 to get 2 again? I don't know. Maybe Ryan can't tell me.
No, man, 6. They are going to give him 6 to get 1 this time around.
To get, I don't know.
but Ryan, in terms of getting in those English-based players, because for instance, Mikel Antonio, remember that it was said that that man was being tracked a long time ago, and they said that he wasn't good at that point in time when he was playing at right back. Now, you knew that it has been what over a year or probably more since he has been playing striker for West Ham. So why is it that all these things never started out a long time ago? Because it's just recently we get to find out that they were actually involved in getting his paperwork sorted out and things like those. So why is it that they never get all of those sorted out, knowing that
weren't they trying to get him from last year, and then for some reason it took a year for him to get his passport?
Ask Manningsman what Mikel Antonio said.
Well, yeah, man, he was being trapped, but I think it was by the previous administration when he...
No, man, I'm talking about last year when
Yeah, but yeah.
And then for some reason it took him a year to get his visa.
I know one of the things that happened, Ryan, is that he was harboring thoughts of playing for England, and then he changed his mind. So that
as far as I'm
delayed.
concerned, he's still harboring thoughts of playing for England.
Can't happen again though.
I know, but still, it seems as if him still think him can play, because if Antonio wanted to play in the qualifiers, he'd have made himself available. I genuinely think that, because
he made himself available.
You have other English players who turn up.
He made himself available.
Yeah, but then he make himself unavailable.
Because he said he wanted to bring his physio and he would pay all the expenses. And however, for that person to come, he would not have made it to the USA game. And they basically said, well, if you're not going to make it for the USA game, it doesn't make any sense. Because he wanted to bring his physio, because his ticket was purchased for the game. But he wanted to bring his physio with him, and he said that he would pay the full cost for accommodation and ticket for his physio. They had to go through the US Soccer Federation to get the clearance for the physio, and the clearance would take 3 days, 2 to 3 days, which means that he would have done it on Sunday. So probably by Thursday is when he would arrive for the USA game, which would not have made any sense. So they said, seeing that they can't make the USA game, then don't come. That's really what really happened.
So going by that, Ryan, would you actually say that it's Antonio's fault or it's JFF? Because JFF basically tell the man, so since he can't make it for the US game, no bother come.
I don't understand their logistics, which is why when I heard the logistics reason, I was trying to ask people in logistics what if this makes sense, because maybe as a layman looking at it, it don't make any sense to me, but as somebody who maybe understand project management and whatever else, maybe they could see through it and see if there is some degree of sense to it. But from my end, maybe I am missing something. So I don't think I think maybe I am missing something, because to me, all of that don't make any sense.
But why are you surprised? When it comes on, and nothing surprised when it comes on to JFF, you know.
Exactly.
Because, as I always say, don't talk
when it comes to JFF, I just expect, even if we had 12 points from 4 games, I'd be looking around the corner for incompetence.
But as the people keep on drawing the correlation about JFF is run like a party shop, don't do that, man. Stop disrespect the party shop. The party shops are more organized than JFF, so don't use that correlation. But on a more serious matter, we hear all that has surrounded this team and all of that, and people still harboring thoughts that yes, they can still qualify. I, for one, think that if they need to qualify, now is the time that they should just get rid of Tappa. Right? Just get rid of him. Get someone in that can actually take the team to another level. Because, to be honest, we do have quality players. It's just that the structuring and the strategies that have been implemented have been poor.
Yeah, but then the thing is, you get rid of Tappa based stuff, JFF.
Oh, boy. Seriously, anywhere turn is a Makajuke. Problem.
Because when JFF and their incompetence come in now, say you get a good manager, right? Who wants to do all the right things, but JFF start hamstring, he's going to take the fall for JFF. You know?
Oh. So producer is saying that he believe that John Barnes was doing a decent job for Jamaica, and they got
and then JFF strike.
JFF
to play 4 more players.
No. It was, well, remember what John Barnes said. John Barnes said that there was 2 clubs in Jamaica that was trying to tell him who to pick.
What more?
And the next one, and him tell them 2, 2
it's a couple of class.
I remember when we also had Bora, and Bora was going around the country and playing Premier League players left, right, and center. And then Burrell came in and just fired Bora. Even though he wasn't winning, I saw what he was trying to do. He was trying to create a he was trying to blood players and create synergy in terms of finding who are the better players and so forth. It reached a stage where I think he played 60 players or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand what he was trying to do, but and then JFF, Captain Burrell one back, Baxter lost Burrell one back, and they just fired Bora, and then you have to start all over again with a new coach, with a new philosophy, and all kind of something.
So
So
no sort of
it
continuity in the
was just a reset button
Mm-hmm.
on what the previous administration was trying.
And here's the dilemma I have. I think if Tappa were to lose his job, at least in the immediate, it's not going to work because we know that there are players loyal to him who are only playing and not in retirement from international football because of him. Will those players still want to play? All right? And will the new coach be able to get the players who are not like the Leon Bailey? Like, isn't it strange that Leon Bailey, has not really turned up for Jamaica yet, What I mean is that in all his games, he has not really, I think in the 2019 Gold Cup, he had a couple of flashes of brilliance. But he hasn't really turned up for Jamaica.
True.
Who is going to be able to bring that person in? Bring those persons in to encourage Antonio if he's discouraged to come back in to the fold, to get a Kevin Stewart or somebody else to come play. Who is going to come in that they trust enough? A Michael Hector, who some people say not good, but I'm telling you would have done a job, who the reports are suggesting that he says, unless certain people are removed from the coaching staff, because
including the coach himself.
Including the coach is not coming back to represent Jamaica because he's aware of and Ryan says good. Right.
But man, let's look at it a little bit in depth because I'm not going to stay for too long because
man,
it's been a long day. So
I am telling you.
All right, let's look at it now. Get rid of Tappa. What are the replacements that we could possibly look at?
Yeah. Listen, for me personally, I think we have to just hit the reset button. Right? I'm not one, and as much as I don't agree with a lot that Tappa has done, I've never come out and said, because I don't like to say people should lose their jobs. That I'm not that kind of a person. But I think he needs to reassess his position and speak to the people and begin to announce the changes that he's going to make. Admit that, listen, people, the campaign is going wrong because I've made some bad decisions. Give me an opportunity, and here are some of the things that I'm going to do. If that doesn't come, then I think sometimes, a lot of times when coaches are being changed, here's what they do. They remove the coach, put in an interim, and then find the coach.
Yeah.
The example I use is this. If you're in a relationship and every night the lady is giving you a bun, she bring in money yard and thing, right? You have to leave her. You can't say, well, I'm not going to leave her until we find the next woman. No, you leave her and then you give yourself time to find somebody else. Don't wait until you find somebody else to leave. I am saying that sometimes you have to make that decision. End one relationship and then give yourself time to start the next one. And maybe something can be done in the interim. That is how a lot of clubs operate. They're assistant coaches, and you can just say, listen, just sit in for this game or for that game, whatever it is. But I'm not here advocating. I think if he probably come out to the people and admit that he has made some mistake and he have really put his faith and trust in some players and they have been underperforming and he's going to make drastic changes and he understand me and he realized that he needs help around him and he's asking for these coaches to come on board and help him. Like, you understand me? I think people would look at those things and say, well, let's give him a next 2 games. If you don't do that, the sentiment out there is Tappa. At least if the JFF can't leave right now.
True.
Because there's an election that you have to wait on. So the easiest person to really out is Tappa. You can't get rid of the JFF right now until the next election. So who you can get rid of? Either Tappa or the players. There you go. So he gonna have to.
But good pointer. However, I think it has reached a sticking point for a lot of people where no matter what Tappa comes with, they're just not going to buy it because of what has transpired in the past and what they have seen of him. So I think it has reached a breaking point with a lot of the public. And going forward, I only see one solution. It might sound harsh, and we might say we don't want the man to lose his job, but we just have to face reality. And the reality of it is that Tappa just not doing good. I will just have to call it a day and get our program back on track. That's it.
But I feel like we need to like I based on what is happening like with the USA team getting in Mexico. I just think like when the change is made, it seemed like it's a hard task being on 1 point
Mm-hmm.
to get up there unless we get a point on Sunday.
True, and which at the moment seems very unlikely.
It seems very unlikely. Who is going to
Kevin,
replace them? Who is going to replace Damian Lowe?
Topi,
Topi is unfit.
exactly. Just like we mentioned about Javon Watson. So imagine having a unfit Topi and also an unfit Javon Watson. Our Anthony Grant should be back for this game, right?
Anthony Grant is going to start. Yeah.
Okay, so good. That's a good for them right there. But at the center
Yeah.
back part, that's an issue. We're going
Yeah.
to wrap up now
Yeah,
because, as I
man.
said, it has been
Listen.
a very long day, especially with
I'm
that
telling.
Jamaica match. That made the
Yeah.
day even way more longer.
And tomorrow I do my post match thing, because I'm going to watch the game 2 more times and look who's at fault for the game, and I want to talk to Demo for the goal.
All right, so I can just give you a fight up for me. So for the first goal, 3 players: Watson, Jamal Lowe, Devon Williams. Just mark them, the three that down, you know.
Okay, I'm going to mark it down. But Alvas Paul was in a
Oh,
bad
Alvas
position.
Boy. Add
Yeah.
Alvas Boy to the list. For
Yeah.
the second goal now, Damian Lowe is part of the problem right there.
Yep, and Alvas
Alvas
Paul.
Boy.
Yep.
Those are the two responsible for the second goal. So you can just watch it over. You don't even watch over the game. Just
I'm going
watch
to watch
over
the
the
goal.
goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you'll see it. But once again, thanks for being here, Mannings, man.
Yeah,
It
man.
has been a long
Blessings.
day. As I
Always a
said,
pleasure, man.
you have what, two
Yeah, man.
shows earlier and today, then you jumped on this show, that show. You're all about,
Yeah,
man. It
man.
has been a long day for you.
Yeah, man. All right, blessings, bro. Take care.
Yeah, man. Thanks to the few callers who we had. Thanks to everyone who has been part of Sports Frenzy, and thanks to our producer Josh Call makes this possible. To all you, our commenters, thanks as well. Thanks to all our viewers, and keep on supporting Sports Frenzy. We'll have more calling shows as we go on. Just keep on doing the right thing. Until next time, which will be tomorrow. Stay safe, guys. Peace out. Have a wonderful night.